only podcast for here comes the pizza. That's our song. I just made it up, but it's based on a true story. Kind of like that 2 Chainz album, Boats. We saw him live.
We did.
We
Him
saw
live
him
was awesome. Fake
Yo.
Big Sean.
2 things about that night. How the hell did I get parking outside Lupo's?
Dude,
I
right
parked
outside.
on the street outside Lupo's. We went way too early, I think.
What the
No,
fuck?
we didn't.
Really?
No, we didn't. We
We
there.
didn't. We
were
got
there
there,
for
like, doors
opening.
were already
Yeah.
open.
Yeah, that's true.
Really? And you got...
Yeah. Yeah, people were already in there. Like, we parked right out front.
That's
Right out
crazy.
front.
No handicap.
Hey, just on the street. I was like, I can just park right here. We walked in, watched 3 hours of hype rappers, watched an hour and a half of 2 Chainz. Like he was on for a while.
Yeah.
Really? I
Yeah,
on
he,
for a
he
while.
did like his whole album. I know I heard him do. I got Krenak. Yeah, I got
Krenak.
Krenak. Good dick, Krenak. Yeah, I got. I mean, don't copyright.
Don't cover
Yeah.
everything. Chill out, YouTube.
But yeah, and then he came out. It was good. But yeah, we saw Fake Big Sean.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You guys ready for 2 Chainz? Like
We were ready.
We've been ready, brother.
Right.
We were ready for 2 hours.
Please buy my album based on a true story. True.
True.
He's be saying that the whole time.
The whole time.
It's pretty good.
That's
You
awesome.
never have like Lupo's like. Does he even tour? Like, is he even like a big like pull? Do you want to go see?
I
him?
can't
feel like-
imagine.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Based on a true story.
True.
Well, anyway, that's our intro.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
The Red Sox are just as good as my song.
Yeah.
A little under 500. Yeah.
Oh, for now.
Yeah, they've been kind of exactly what they've been all year. So.
Yeah. Some things just never change.
Yeah, so instead of talking about what they've done, which has been basically the same thing we talk about every week, we're going to do a mid-season update.
I like it.
Yeah, just kind of break it down and tell everybody what's going on for the second half of the year, what we think's going to happen, but also what has happened up to this point. You know, what we talked about in the preseason and how it's looking so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our predictions are spot on.
Hey, I called the Walker Bueller.
I never
You
really
did,
made it
yeah,
that
you
many.
did.
I was, especially at the beginning of the season, I was very hands off with it, and so I only had that really poor prediction of their really bad record. They're not gonna win the AL. They're not gonna have the best record in baseball.
You're spot on.
Spoiler alert, because I said they would.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you say?
I said they were. I was like, oh yeah, they're
maybe
gonna be really
something
good.
wins?
I
Well-
should have been different and said they're gonna suck ass. 'cause
Yeah,
I
right. Then they
Yeah.
would probably be good by now.
Should have been.
We should have all said it.
Instead
Our
of
Kryptonite is talking good
not
about
Yeah, I
it.
know,
I
yeah.
shouldn't have been optimistic. I should have been pessimistic. Just mystic.
Just
He's been
mystic.
dude. Mystic Mac.
Mystic. Mystic Mac, the double champ, hasn't fought in 5 years.
Thanks for holding those belts warm for me.
I'm not fighting. Conor McGregor when he did the friggin' Michael Chandler impersonation. Conor McGregor, I'm looking for you. It's actually perfect.
But yeah, so far, Garrett Crochet has been exactly what we thought he would be.
Yeah, I mean, I say him and Freed are probably the 1 and 2 for the Cy Young in the American League right now,
Yeah, I would think so.
which I'm happy about.
Yeah,
One thing,
Crochet's
it's good.
been awesome.
Yeah, amazing.
That
It's like looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing him.
Trash.
Pitch.
Bad pitcher.
Oh, yeah, awful.
Yeah.
Does that mean he's gonna still do good if I say that?
Oh, that's right. That's right. But yeah, he's been absolutely phenomenal.
Mhm.
He's been the ace that we need. I mean, through this first half of the season, his record could be better. You
Well,
know, the
that's not
team
his
can't
fault.
score.
Yeah, I was gonna say he has no run
Um,
support.
But I mean, he's got one of the lowest ERAs in the league.
Mm.
You know, barely over 2. He's just dominant.
Leads the league in strikeouts. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. So.
And, you know, he's
And innings pitch, I think too.
yeah, he's balling out.
Yeah, he's being an ace. He's
Yeah,
he's
they
been
don't-
what you've wanted since. I mean, who's the last ace that they had?
John Lester.
John Lester.
Chris Sale,
Chris
right?
Sale.
Chris Sale, yeah.
But we want him for more than 2 good years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Well, I guess 3 good years because he was here in 2017 too, right?
Sale?
Sale,
Yeah, it was 16, 17, 18. Well, 16 on up until last year. Was it 16, right? It was his
I
first
thought it
year?
was 17, 18.
Maybe
I
it
thought
was
he had-
17. Oh,
He
yeah.
had good 17, a good 18. He had an okay, but it was kind of rocky at the end, 19, and then was hurt a lot.
Injuries, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, Cy Young. And he was
Yep.
like,
Yeah, once they signed that extension, he kind of just went downhill.
Yeah, but I mean, he broke his ribs pitching.
Yeah.
I thought
I
it
mean,
was
that's,
sneezing. Oh, I thought it was sneezing.
Oh,
God.
God.
Sneezed too hard, broke my rib.
he came back and got the line drop off the hand and broke his hand.
Yep.
That was great. And then he, like, fell off his bike and, like,
Yeah.
Something else broke. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Did fall off his
Stop
bike.
riding your bike.
But well, back to Crochet.
Yeah. Crochet. Yeah, Garrett Crochet.
He's been everything that we've needed for this team. Need more run support.
Yeah.
He comes out of the games and we're like up like 1-0 or it's a tie game, and it's like,
Well, that Yankee game.
Not in yesterday. I mean.
Well, yesterday he.
yeah, I
Not
mean,
2 days ago. I mean.
yeah, a couple days
Yeah.
ago they scored 7 in the first.
Yeah.
So,
Counts.
but it's like, most of his starts this year. I mean, for a guy having a 2 ERA, you'd expect him to kind of like probably have 10 wins already.
You would think.
To be real.
Yeah.
You'd also expect a team that went out and got him would also get other players to help us win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would think that they were actually going to try to win this
They
season.
got him at number 2. They got him Walker Bueller.
Yeah,
We'll talk about him in a bit.
yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Walker, Texas Bueller, baby.
Yeah, man.
The real number 2 right now is turning into Brian Bayo.
Mm.
Yeah, he's been really solid.
3.42 ERA.
Only thing is his strikeout. He still doesn't have
Yeah,
a strikeout
he-
pitcher,
yeah.
but he is a great ground ball pitcher because I know he induces a lot of double plays now.
Yeah,
He goes deeper in the game.
You're right though. His one thing is he doesn't have that pitch that he can just go to make people
Yeah.
miss.
I thought that was supposed to be the changeup. That was like what got him in the big league.
I think he's
right?
just still developing it.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things. I think he relied on it a lot. They figured it out, and then now it's just kind of they know it.
Yeah.
You got to mix it in, but you also, if that's the case, you got to build more of a repertoire. You gotta have more pitches. It's like the same thing on why when we made that trade with Rafael Devers, why that pitcher, what's his name, Kyle
Harrison.
Harrison,
Yeah.
he went down to AAA because even though last year he was a top 30 prospect, after coming up, he's got a great fastball, but that's all he's got. His fastball is like batting average against is like 192, but every other pitch he has is over a 300 average.
Really? Oh, that makes sense.
So it's like he just doesn't have any other pitches besides the fastball. So they sent him down to AAA so he could work on that and try to build more pitches, get more consistent and more confident, so that he could come back up and be a part of the roster.
Yeah.
But
I think also there's didn't mean to cut you off, but like I know
No, you're good.
Another thing that I've noticed, I'm pretty sure that after the 5th, if the Red Sox call him up because it's not a full season, you get an extra year of control of him. So that's another reason why they're waiting. So my assumption, so you just to go all Tampa Bay on it about it. But I think that Walker Buehler's pitching Friday, right?
I don't even know, man. Waste
supposed
of a
to
day.
Yeah. He's supposed to make his next start, but then I think that the plan is if it goes badly, then Harrison will likely be out. I assume that would be the plan.
That makes sense.
We're not in our mobile. We're in our mobile office, so I don't have my computer. I have it with me, but I didn't bring it up.
But
But I can check who's pitching Friday.
that makes a lot of sense, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Bueller's been absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
He's had a couple good starts, and then he's had other starts where it's like he can't get out of his own way.
Dude, I don't it's like watching. You would never think that this guy used to be one of the most dominant pitchers in baseball. You wouldn't
Right.
think that he just dominated in the World Series
Less
than a year ago.
Yeah.
If you see how he pitches right now, and he has like speaking of what you're talking about, like with the having a good amount of pitches that you can work on. Bueller has a lot of. He has like 6 pitches or five
Yep.
or 6 pitches, and he can't fucking throw anything for a strike right now. His
I know.
fastball is flat.
Yep.
It's fat. It's like 96 miles an hour, but it's flat, so it gets crushed. And then you have to
Right.
rely on throwing a meatball down the middle of the plate to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and he sends it over the
Or
monster
anybody,
or
dude.
anyone really. And then he just
Just
walks
hanging
the
them up
bases
there.
loaded. Yeah, and it sucks because I think that his sinker is pretty good, but I feel like he doesn't really throw it as much, and he just tries to get like everyone. I don't know what he's trying to do, like finesse or something. I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know
He
what
can't
it
find the
is.
plate.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
That 7. We had a 7-walk game against the Angels after the Red Sox gave him a 3-0 lead in the first inning. He gave
Right.
back 5 on like 2 hits.
I'm pretty sure that was the game. It was like we were up like 3-0, then it was 3-3, then we went up like 5-3, and then it was 5-5.
Yeah.
It was like no matter how many runs we scored, he was just giving them back
Yeah, and-
immediately.
And it's just like what like again, you wouldn't think that this guy's a 2-time World Series champion and is also a very good playoff pitcher.
Yeah.
And just used to be one of the most dominant pitchers in baseball.
Yeah, he's had a very underwhelming first half,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't be surprised if
Pitching Saturday.
he's not on the roster much longer.
What do you do with him? Do you DFA him? Do you
Yeah,
put him in the bullpen?
or
you
trade
can't-
him.
trade him.
Somebody might want him after what he did in the playoffs last year. Some team might take a chance that he can be a bullpen arm going forward for them. And
getting back to the
you know,
Dodgers.
yeah, seriously.
I wouldn't mind that.
Like, but something's got to happen. I mean, we can't keep throwing a guy out there who is, 6 ERA. That's you're just asking to lose that game, especially with our offense.
Right.
You're asking to lose that game.
Yeah. I actually saw there was a funny. Well, I guess we'll get more into it when we actually get to that. But yeah. So first half, an up is Crochet, down is Walker Buehler.
Yeah.
Another. I think I think the best middle is the big three, the young three.
Yeah.
Anthony, Meyer, Campbell. Campbell started off good, rookie of the month. Really fell off. Now he's working on first base in Worcester.
Is that what he's doing down there?
Yeah, I think that they say he's been mainly doing first, and supposedly he looks decent defensively. But he needs to get his head right, obviously, because they kind of put him in an unfair situation to start the season.
I think what it really was, honestly, once he got hurt, he had that rib injury. He was out. He came back and he went into like a slump, and I think after that he might have just gotten into his own head. It's one of those things. You go down to AAA, you mash for a little while, you come back up with the confidence you're gonna hit again.
Yeah, I mean, people forget that Christian Campbell was in single A this time last year.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? He shot up the ranks very quickly.
Yeah.
And he now looks like a player who shot up the ranks very quickly. And it's not like the Red Sox are doing a good job of teaching young players fundamentals in the minor league system. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think the big three, like Christian Campbell, I still think that he's gonna be a good Major League Baseball player down the line.
Me too.
Marcelo Meyer, great defensive player. His glove is elite. His hitting's not bad. He's got when he makes contact, he's got a very nice swing, and he seems like he's very chill, cool, cool tempered out there. And then Roman Anthony, who started off rather slow, hit a home run. Really
starting to pick it up.
Yeah, starting to pick up now. Hit the home run the day that they traded Devers, or the day after they traded Devers.
Right.
Went over into another slump again, but I think lately he's had 2 or 3 hit games in the last week or so, or 2.
Yeah, so if I saw right, his last 5 games, I want to say last 5 games, he's 9 for 19. So he's just under 500 for the last 5 games. He's on a 5-game hitting streak. I don't know what he's doing in the second game today.
0 for 3.
So he was on a 5-game hitting streak leading into this game.
Yeah.
But it seems like he is somewhat finding it.
Yeah.
So
he goes opposite field. He has a very nice swing for opposite field. He's had a couple, I think 2 or 3. I've noticed 2 or 3 opposite field doubles in the last week. It's just he's got this powerful swing. Everything he hits, I feel like is a fucking shot.
Yeah.
It's a rocket.
Yeah, it is.
He's just a strong kid.
So I read something. It was one of those sabermetrics where they talk about how hard you hit the ball and realistically, if you hit the ball this hard, how many hits you should get, and then how many hits you actually get. And he hits the ball. They were saying since coming in, he's ranked 13th for the amount of force basically behind his hits.
Wow.
He's hit the ball so hard that it's comparable to Rafael Devers, and
Makes sense.
Oh, somebody we wouldn't want.
Yeah. Well, where can you get a bat like that these days?
And well, so and this is so far at him at 21.
Right. Yeah.
But his batting average is really low, but statistically, he hits the ball so hard that he should be finding the grass way more, and he's just not.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where they're chalking it up as the bad luck of baseball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what they chalked it up as.
Right.
And
he's also young.
Yeah.
He's gonna learn when to
hold him, when to fold him,
learn when to walk away, and learn when to run. That's what happens with baseball. Classic.
He's been so good.
Strike 3, that's turkey, baby. Just like
baseball.
Sorry.
Just like baseball, baby.
Other positives, I guess.
Well, who would be a second down?
Second down? Jaron Duran right now, I think.
The Red
overall.
Sox management as a whole.
Well, yeah, Red Sox management. I mean, there's a lot of downs. We can go.
Who's your first, second one?
Jaron Duran was just because he's got a below average bat and his defense has been really bad. He's made 5 or 6 errors. Arguably could have 9 errors, but
he's been having a bad year.
Yeah, not saying that he's bad, but when you go, obviously I wasn't expecting him to replicate what he did last season, because that was an insane season. But I think that like based on a lot of metrics, he is a below average bat in the lineup. He's moved. He's not even the leadoff hitter anymore, really. Like
I know.
he was batting 6 a couple days ago. So they're doing whatever they can to kind of get him back on track. And I wasn't expecting that kind of fall off, I guess, more.
Yeah. I mean, he's down from like last year. He was pretty consistent,
Oh.
like 280 to 300.
Sox are up 3-0.
Oh, 3-0. Breaking news.
Bobby Abreu hit another homer.
Bobby Abreu.
Willier?
Yeah, Willie hit another home run.
God damn.
Willier's a beast. All right, now
Yeah, let's talk about.
that's a good. That's a positive.
Yeah.
Willier Abreu.
He's got 17
Yeah, just
homers.
jump straight from that negative.
All right.
You don't even want to talk about it.
Jaron
Oh,
Duran's
and here's your
disappointing.
dad telling you that.
Yep,
Willie
most
Abreu
likely.
hit a home
Yep.
run. Legend.
That's exactly what it was. But yeah, no, yeah, Duran. Before we get into Abreu, Duran has been not what I thought he would be this year. You know, I get it. There's nobody really around him. We haven't had like a consistent lineup all year. So realistically, I don't know if it's they're not giving him the pitches he was seeing last year. So he's just, you know, he's not seeing as many fastballs, so he's not getting, you know, it could really be anything. But, I mean, we're going to see more, I guess, of really what he is when we have a lineup where your number 3 hitter isn't like Abraham Toro one day, and
Yeah.
the next day it's this guy and that guy. And
Yeah, that might be
like-
actually my second biggest disappointment is just the lineup.
like, there's no
Dude,
stability.
Yeah, I mean, you can't expect consistency when your lineups are constantly inconsistent.
Yeah,
You know, That's just
constantly.
it like you never know who's gonna bat, and then I don't even think that they're all like. If you look at their offensive players, they're really not all. Even Abraham Toro is not a bad player offensively.
No,
But
he's
it's
not
pretty hard
bad.
to get a consistency when you're one day batting third, and the next day batting fifth, and the next day batting seventh, and or you're not. Then you're not playing
Yeah.
because there's a lefty on the mound, even though you hit lefties kind of well. But then you know what I mean, like it's. There just seems to be no.
Yeah,
I feel like I think I brought it up a couple episodes ago. Like for a lineup that's so inconsistent, like they use like a lot of like the you know matchups, playing matchups, advanced statistics and stuff.
Yeah.
That's how they do the lineup. If you're gonna go through all that trouble and still have this lack of consistent offensive output, there's a problem there. Maybe just get rid of that because it's not working. So just go to like a normal lineup that is every day.
Yeah.
You know, because whatever they're doing with all the, you know, matching everything up, it's not working.
Yeah, I mean, this lineup that they've been putting out this year, it's, you know, when you're a good team, your middle of the lineup should be solidified. Like, it should be the same guys every day.
100%.
And we don't have that. I mean, when you got a journeyman like Abraham Toro as your number 3 hitter most of the time, it's like,
He's a 3-hitter today.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
what is going on? Like, dude,
Yeah.
I get Roman Anthony's, you know, a rookie. But, like, where is the middle of the bat power?
Yeah, I mean, how many times did we watch where the middle of the 3 and 4 was Romy Gonzalez and Rob Refsnyder because lefties on the mound? Granted, they're great against lefties, but I don't know, man. Like, even if I'm a lefty and I know they crush lefties, that's not exactly a lineup I'm going to be fearing. Like, oh no, Romy Gonzalez and Rob Refsnyder batting 3 and 4. I better
That's what
chill
I'm
out.
saying.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
You know, you look
Even
at
though
other
they are
teams.
good,
You look
but-
at other teams, and you get, you know, they go out and sign guys to be those bats, and it's like we're going out and signing fucking Abraham Toro to a deal, you know, a month before the season starts, and he's our fucking 3-hitter.
yeah.
Like nobody wanted this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like
His last team he was with was the Athletics.
Yeah.
Back when they were in Oakland. Now they're just the city of was like, no, we don't want Abraham Toro.
Yeah.
Send him to Boston.
And now it's like we have him here, and it's like you're our middle of the order bat. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, granted, to his credit, he is doing well.
Yeah, I mean,
he's in like 280, 5 home runs, 15 RBIs or so. Like,
hey, you
not
know,
bad.
he's doing
Everything
what he
he can.
can with where he is.
Yeah.
But
He's learning first base on the job clearly.
But,
I mean,
like,
not that he's terrible. But
we were
he's learning.
spoiled growing up with
Yeah.
Manny and Ortiz in the middle of the lineup.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, the
Yeah,
the
like,
Red Sox,
yeah,
unless
combined 80
they
homers
come
this
out of
season.
our minor league system, I don't know if we're ever going to see anything close to that again.
No.
Not with this ownership.
I do have a name that I want to when we get to like the trade deadline's coming up obviously at the end of the month. I do have a name that I think would do really good in Boston if they could swing it. But we'll go to that later. Just a little tease for you.
Yes.
I think I
Dustin
have an idea.
Pedroia.
Anthony Rendon.
Joakim Noah.
Talking about Anthony Rendon, right?
Yeah, Anthony Rendon. He's gonna get signed. I know it.
I know he's dying to.
He's gonna retire a Red Sox. My hot take.
He's
Anthony
dying.
Rendon is gonna be a Boston Red Sox by the end of his
It's
career.
actually not that crazy to think we would.
I know. That's what
pay.
I know. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
He's like, I got a $30 million season. I can earn another one.
We can't give you $30 million, but we'll give you $25 million.
All right.
Yeah, I love that. You twisted my arm.
$2.5
You twist my
million?
arm too much, so I might be out for the season. Oh, you twisted my arm too much, guys. Thanks for the money. I signed already. Oh,
You scumbag.
love baseball.
Well, we jumped to the third down, which was
Anthony Rendon.
the lineup.
Yeah.
The lineup being inconsistent.
Yep.
You know, let's go over to Willier.
Willier hit a home run today.
Yeah,
moments
hit,
ago.
yeah, moments
July
ago.
2nd.
July 2nd. It's a Wednesday.
It is.
Yeah,
It is Wednesday, yes.
yeah, he had a home run today.
One of the craziest offensive games I've seen in a while.
Yeah, inside the park home run and then a grand slam into the bullpen.
Yeah.
What a freak.
Dude, he's awesome.
Same game.
I love it. Extend him.
Yeah, he's been like our most consistent bat all year, besides Bregman, but Bregman's been out now for a while.
Yeah.
But I mean, Abreu's been our best bat.
Yeah. Leads
To
the team in home
think,
runs.
to think in spring training, I was writing him off as Roman Anthony should be taking his spot.
Yep.
You know, we should be trading him or Rafaela. And in reality, it's like,
Even Rafaela has been a good player this
I
year.
know.
Offensively and defensively, he's like the best center
dude,
fielder in
we're
baseball.
like a 250 batting average team.
Yeah.
And it's like, Cedon Rafaela is like our second or third highest batting average on the team.
Yeah. Which is
That's
crazy.
Like for everyday players.
Yeah.
Like he's like our second or
Yeah.
third highest batting average on the team. And everybody else who's like right there around him is all within probably like 10 points of him.
Yeah. No, it's
Like nobody's batting like I think the other day out of our like normal like lineup basically, Jaron Duran was leading the league in batting, leading our team in batting average at 255
we Dickers.
for like everyday players.
Guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
That guy. I mean, that's why you gotta get rid of players like Rafael Devers when they're hitting 280.
Yeah, exactly.
When they were
And hitting home runs.
Yeah, hitting home runs. But
I mean, he's in a slump now.
that's a
Culture.
down. Oh yeah, the culture.
that's true.
The culture of the
Building
team.
culture. I was
Yeah.
watching Felger
That's
Math.
true.
They're like, that just means you stink.
Yeah, no, that seriously is
It
what
really,
it is.
yeah, that really is all it means.
We were talking crap about the Bruins, how they want to be gritty again instead of being just good.
Yeah, right. So stupid.
It's 100% true though.
Yeah,
Like that's what you say when you don't want to pay.
yeah.
Like-
the reality is that Craig Breslow got his feelings hurt, and John Henry was like, "I don't want to pay him money now," and he just
Dude, I mean, some of that stuff still about like the whole Rafael Devers trade, like some of the rumors that I've read and stuff, it's like if some of it's true, like one of the things that I read was like Breslow really tried to get us their top first base prospect.
oh
And,
yeah,
like
yeah.
their management team like pretty much got like insulted by it at the fact that he was so aggressive at getting this guy that they like went over his head and called John Henry, and then John Henry basically told them like just make the trade.
Yeah, that's the case, and that's
Like that's just ridiculous.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think even the Giants. I don't think it was Buster Posey. It was someone in the Giants. Maybe it was Buster Posey, but I think someone even asked him like, "Would you have made the trade had you not, or do you think the trade would have happened if you didn't agree to pay his full salary?" And he was just like, "No,
No,
I
it wouldn't
can't." Yeah, because and then they're saying like Craig Breslow is pretty much doing like a "Please Like Me" tour right now,
Yeah.
where he's going on everyone's show and saying the same thing over and over again about how they're going to be buyers at the deadline, which they should be, because they are in the playoffs.
have. Yeah, they're in the hunt.
But you know, it's my bad, dude.
He's dead.
R.I.P. bro. But it's frustrating to see that because they keep on trying to say like, yeah, it wasn't about the money. It was, it had to be mutual. We just thought a change of scenery would be good because of da-da-da. But the reality is the money. And it sucks that Breslow had a good off season, and now we have all this extra money left over. We're supposed to be buyers at the deadline. I can't believe it until I see that money be reallocated to something that's going to help the team, which I don't think it's going to be
No.
anytime soon. So
Nope. I don't.
it's
think
just
so.
frustrating to still hear it, like after all this, even when it's like something that's
It's
like
been years.
indefensible, like trading Rafael Devers after winning a sweep in the Yankees.
Dude, at this point, it's like over the last 4 or 5 years, it's like you can't be surprised by anything they do anymore.
No.
It's like anything that you think won't happen is gonna happen.
Sometimes I feel like they lost a bet and they have to like purposely do bad business. Like,
No,
It makes
what
sense.
it really is is they're all about business.
Yeah.
They don't
It's not
care.
the business of baseball.
Yeah, they don't care about
Yeah.
winning baseball games. They care about putting fans in seats.
Yeah.
They don't care about how good the team is. They don't care what the record is. They care about doing their Star Wars night and this guy's bobblehead night and come to the ballpark and the first 10,000 people get these. And that's what they care about, drawing people into the stadium. They don't care how they do it. And the way that they want to do it is they want to put out a $100 million roster, and they want to compete with the guys who are spending $400 million.
Yeah.
That's what they and
It
doesn't work.
It's never worked. I
Right.
hate Moneyball. Is a movie I wish that
do you know
never
how
was made.
good? Do you know how?
It's a perfect explanation of how it works. Your team's really good, but it doesn't win shit.
Yeah.
The Rays.
Yeah, but that's exactly what they want to be. They want to be a good enough team that the fans are like, I got to tune in and watch, and we should go to a game, and every year you're like, oh, the Red Sox are going to be good this year, and then they just turn into what they have been for the last 4 or 5 years.
You can't root for players because they're not going to be here long.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing too. Is you start
Tampa
liking
does the same
somebody.
thing.
You start liking the star of the team, and once they
Carlos
start
Peña.
they start outgrowing their contract.
Yeah.
You can pretty much say that they're either going to get traded or once they come up for free agency that they're long gone.
Or you can give Wander Franco a 15-year extension, and
Yep.
something happened there.
Yep.
So,
Did he or did he?
but did he do it though?
Did he do it though? Yeah.
He did.
He did. He
was
did.
found
Yeah,
guilty.
he was
He did it.
found-
I know he did it. I know
Yeah,
he
he
did
was
it.
found guilty like a week ago.
But Diddy was acquitted of some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We
did
can
he do
play
it,
that
though?
clip now, though.
Oh yeah, you can't say he did. We mentioned 3 times now in this episode.
Yeah, we'll
There
bleep
you
that
go.
out. We'll bleep that out.
We're back.
Hold on. E. That's gonna come in great.
I can't wait to hear that.
Any other good parts about the Red Sox we want to talk about?
Well, the thing is though is the Red Sox don't want to fall into that trap.
Yeah.
They'll use that as the perfect excuse of why they can't sign somebody to a big contract. Oh well.
Lionel Messi
you
just got signed by the LA Galaxy, so we can't compete with that either.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But that's the other thing is to them they have so many other teams that it's like they just care about collecting their money.
Yeah, it's just part of a portfolio.
Yep, that's
Which
all
is
it is.
The most frustrating thing is that the sports group is called Fenway Sports Group. You would think that they would
Care
just put,
about the Red Sox.
one little team above the rest of them. Maybe the one that's worth $6 billion should be
Nah.
man.
A lot.
Let's talk about that minor league soccer team we might buy. Hey, LeBron, got any input on the Red Sox?
Go Lakers.
But we kind of skipped over Abreu.
Yeah.
We kind of just went off track.
He's great.
But
I like
He's-
Willie really a lot.
been really solid for the first half. I think by the end of the season, he's going to be him and Bregman are going to be 1 and 2 for best players on the team. I'm guessing that when Bregman does come back, he's going to pick up from where he left off, and by the end of the year, he's going to still have the second best stats on the team and missed half the season.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So, but yeah, Abreu's been great, and I think he's going to finish somewhere between probably 33 and 37 homers. That's-
Yeah, close to 100.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Not more.
Yeah.
Although I could see him hitting 20 and hitting 3 more.
He's
first
in the
year.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
You know
it's
what
quite possible. I mean, you
Yeah.
can get injured. You never know. I mean,
Or
knock
even
on
just,
wood. But
Just even if he hits still, if he still hits 260 for the rest of the year, I don't care if he only hits 3 home runs.
He also plays
Right.
good defense. He's a Gold Glover. He's got a good arm.
But-
sometimes he's a little airhead.
I mean,
out
he
there,
gets
but-
into these stretches where he'll go a week and hit 6 home runs, and then
Yeah.
he'll go 3 weeks without hitting one. But it's
Yeah.
it's just weird. He goes into these bunches where
Right.
he just starts hitting homers.
But
It's nice to see.
yeah, it is nice. I honestly, and
Just wish more people did it.
right. But when he's on though, he's
Can't have
he's
two of those
really
now.
exciting to watch, dude.
I know, even earlier today, I turned the game on, and they were in the 8th inning in the first game, and Abraham Toro hit a single to opposite field. They put Nate Eaton on. He stole second, moved over to third on a ground ball to second, so there was 2 outs in the inning and a guy on third, and Wilyer Abreu hit a bloop single into right field. We took a 4-3 lead, and then we scored another run.
Yeah.
So Trevor Story hit it to the top of the wall in center field, and he came around to score. before Trevor Story got thrown out at second base
Yeah.
because he ran past second and tried to get back, and they tagged him out. But the run had already scored. Willier had already passed the plate, so we got the second run, and we were up 5-3. Chapman came in the game 1-2-3.
Yep. Like he's been doing pretty much all season.
Yeah,
That's another positive.
Yeah, another positive has been Chapman, but he
ain't gonna be here.
So let's get into this really quick because we want to kind of move this along.
It's hot.
Yeah. What is realistically? What do you think is going to happen at the trade deadline?
I think the Red Sox, realistically,
Yep.
I think they're going to be close to middling. I think they're going to trade an Aroldis Chapman, possibly a Lucas Giolito.
Hopefully Walker Buehler. But
I got a weird feeling they're going to keep him.
Yeah, shocking.
But I think
You
that
don't want to trade anybody who's not good.
I think they're going to trade Chapman. I think they're going to trade either Giolito or Duran. And they're going to also get back like one or two decent players. I think they're going to be. It's going to be kind of like the year that they traded. Did they make a move after Vasquez the year they traded him, or was that just the trade that they did? Like, you know what I mean, like it was like a middling year. Oh yeah, they traded for like Tommy Pham after that and stuff like that. So like, where like they sent out good players that are doing well for them, but they also got back like decent players that fill in the spots that they need to like compete.
Right, not everyday players.
Move
but
on
when
the
they do
margins
play,
or whatever.
they're
yeah.
decent.
I think they're going to do that. But that's my realistic. I have like a dream of what I want them to do.
Yeah, what were you going to talk about earlier?
I think if they really are going to be buyers, if Craig Bressel's going to go on this Please Like Me tour that he's been going on, I'm sorry I traded Rafael Devers tour that he's been doing, and you're going to be serious about making big moves that's going to help this team be a deep playoff contender. He mentioned that he wants the lineup to be feared again, or like, you know, in a smarter way. He wants the Red Sox to be like a lineup that is considered really good again. I think a good trade that you can do is package Chapman, someone, and maybe a prospect for Suarez of Arizona, and put him at DH. Because I think he's got 26 home runs this year. He's got like 310 career home runs. Him at Fenway Park, he's a right-handed power hitter. He's already played at Fenway Park with Seattle and stuff like that, and I feel like he always hits home runs at Fenway. So I think if you really want to help your lineup be feared, imagine if you have, I don't know who's going to be leadoff because maybe Duran will be part of the package. I don't know. But you have, if you have.
No way you'd have to trade Duran in a package for Suarez.
Yeah, true, yeah. But if you have Duran batting leadoff, batting 2 you have Roman Anthony, batting 3 you have Alex Bregman, batting 4 you have Suarez. That top 4 is pretty goddamn scary.
Honestly, in that scenario, as crazy as it sounds, you would probably want Bregman batting second.
Oh, yeah, true, yeah. So Duran, Bregman,
lefty, righty.
Anthony, Suarez, and then you have Abreu 5th or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's
Trevor Story batting after him.
Yeah, and then you have Narvaez, who I want to get to later. That's I think that we should talk about how good he's been. Just give him a like nice shout out because he's generally been like close to a rookie of the year.
Yeah. He's been great.
Yeah, but I think that would be my dream trade is if you can get a Suarez from Arizona, because I don't know if Arizona's gonna be sellers or not. He's 33. Him has DH in Boston. He replaces Rafael Devers' power quickly. Yeah. He makes your lineup more scary. He gives Roman Anthony better pitches to see. He gives Alex Bregman better pitches to see. He gives Marcel. He gives the whole lineup better pitches. Whoever bats 5th, he will give them better pitches to see. And also, he's like a fun personality that I think that would resonate with the clubhouse and with the fans. And it will bring back it will make it look like they are actually trying to
caring about baseball.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, putting their money where their mouth is, essentially.
Right.
And I would also hope maybe another trade that they can do would be getting a decent starter, if you can. I don't know who that's going to be. I don't know who's available. But if you can get, like, just someone, like, you know, like, I'm just looking for, like, a good number 4, good number 5, a number 3. I'll take that. If you can get something for that, if you trade one of your prospects. But that's what I want to see. I want to see Suarez come back and bring that thumper to the lineup that will make everyone else better around him, and also fills up your DH spot. Lets Roman be the outfielder, you know, whatever you want to do, and then have that starter that isn't gonna ruin a good a good stretch of games that they have after Crochet starts. Yeah, that's what I would want. That's what I would want.
So here's what I think.
Yeah.
Is going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm with you with Chapman being gone.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're going to trade Chapman. I wouldn't be surprised if if we did move a Duran or, you know, something along those lines. I don't necessarily see them being crazy buyers.
No.
You know, I think guys like you said, you know, Giolito, Walker Bueller, like guys who are on 1-year deals. I can see a lot of those guys going out the door. Especially if over the next, you know, we're at the beginning of July. If by the end of this month, if, you know, we're 5 games under 500, you know, we're still doing this. Get up to 500, go down.
Yeah.
Get 3 games over 500, get 6 games under 500.
Right.
Get back to 500, 3 games under 500. Like, if we're going to keep doing that for the rest of this year, if this is happening by the end of July, all the 1-year guys are going to be gone. Now, dream trade scenarios of what I would like to see them do to bolster this lineup to help try to win and move forward. There's 2 different trades that I'd like to see them make. One, bolster first base. And the way to do that, in my eyes, is go get Matt Olson.
That would be awesome.
Like, make a trade with Atlanta, bring in Matt Olson. I know he'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Like, he would be awesome.
I think he matches up him whenever they face him.
Yeah,
he had
probably
I think a
does.
home run or 2 in the past series that they played.
But he's power.
Yep.
Gives you that middle of the order bat.
Rather young.
Somebody that could go right there with Bregman. You could keep, at that point, you could keep Roman Anthony in the 2. You could Bregman in 3. And then you could put Olsen at 4.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have a solid middle
Yeah,
of the lineup
that's
with
scary.
Abreu batting after him or Story and then him. I mean, with Narvaez there, like, you would have a solid lineup by just adding him. The other crazy scenario, which I don't see happening, but if you order, you know, he's on the last year of his deal. What if we could make a blockbuster trade to bring in, like, Luis Castillo and Cal Raleigh?
Oh my God, dude! Imagine that. That would change everything.
Change everything.
Everything.
Raleigh's a free agent at the end of this year. He's on his Brady Anderson tour. He really is, dude.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he at
He's
the
had 50 home runs this
he's
year.
never hit like over
60 home runs.
30 in his career, or like barely over 30. This year he's on pace for like 60.
Yeah.
So like, you know, he's having his Brady Anderson year.
Yeah.
Come trade for him, get that out of them. You know, I think they have so many good pitchers too. I think you could draw a Castillo or, you know, I don't think you're getting Kirby. I don't think you're getting Wu.
Yeah. Although I wouldn't mind getting Wu because he dominates the Red Sox.
Dominates us.
I would love if he didn't do that anymore.
But if they could pull one of those starting pitchers out of there and get the last half of Cal Raleigh's year, the only problem is Seattle's good.
Yeah, no,
They're a decent team.
They're like right there with us in the wild card, huh?
Yeah, they're one of those decent teams. But the thing is, you know, if they look at it like we're not going to win it all this year, they might try to dump somebody like Cal Raleigh because just for the fact of he's having such a good year that knowing that he might leave as a free agent, you could probably get a decent return on him.
Yeah,
like
true.
you could get a decent return out of this rental because of how good he is. You're not getting a guy who's 5 home runs, batting .240. Like he's having the best year of his career, and we're halfway through the season, and he's already basically at his like season high home run total.
Yeah, that's crazy what he's doing.
Like, you know, if we could make a deal like that, change the whole.
Oh yeah,
It would change everything. Especially Raleigh's a switch hitter.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
it would change everything.
Right, exactly.
Dream
He's also-
scenarios,
Yeah,
though.
dream scenarios. Yeah.
You know, but that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to make a move like that. Like, it was so shocking to see Devers get traded. I want to see something like that come back in return. Something
Yeah.
you weren't even expecting to be gone.
Yeah, just be like,
holy
Red
shit,
Sox
they
got
traded
who?
him?
Yeah, I want that.
Like,
Yeah.
You know, that's what I want.
Yeah, I'm tired of the Red Sox being a team like they traded who?
Mookie?
Why would
Devers?
What they did? What?
Chris Hale? What are we doing?
What's going on? They got Vaughn Grissom.
You know,
Vaughn Grissom.
Verdugo got DFA'd.
Verdugo got DFA'd. He did. Oh my
I saw that.
God,
I saw that today.
You know, so Connor Wong is the only guy still playing.
He's
and he's got
got
one
one
RBI this year.
Dude.
We're 87 games into the season, and he's got one RBI.
That's crazy, dude.
Like,
I went to the game this past Friday against Toronto, which was the worst game of the season.
yep.
And Connor Wong struck. I think there was a runner on first or second. He struck out like on like a 3-2 pitch, like right down the middle of the plate or close to, and he just like walked away, and the crowd fucking booed this dude. Like,
Yeah, he deserves it.
yeah, like no one is. I mean, granted they lost 9-0, so the crowd like everyone left. Everyone was not having a good time, but that was like one thing that stuck out to me. Was
He's
that,
just been consistently bad.
he's been awful, dude. His only RBI is a sacrifice fly.
Yep.
Like,
Says something.
yeah,
Like can't hit a home run.
I
Last
would
year
like-
he had surprising power.
Yeah.
This year he can't fucking hit anything.
There was a point where like he was like had like the best average in baseball.
Yeah, I know.
He was only
I know.
330. This year he's in 150, 1 RBI.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's that high.
Everything you said was correct. 150 with 1 RBI.
Really?
Yeah. Little legend.
Oh my god. But yeah. But to that note though, another positive.
Narvaez
Carlos Narvaez, the
Got him
real
off.
catcher of the Red Sox.
got him from the Yankees after they let him go.
Yeah.
They waived him and we signed him.
Yep. That was yeah.
Goodbye, and we were like, hello.
Low key could be Breslow's best, other than Crochet, best move of the year.
Yeah, which is crazy because when they signed Narvaez, they were definitely like, yeah, we're gonna
Get back up.
Yeah,
maybe.
he can be a good backup. We'll see what he can do.
Yeah.
And in reality, he's turned into a stud for us.
Dude, he's like the way that he plays too. Like he's a good hitter. He's in like
Smart behind the plate.
Smart behind. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like it's very. You can tell that
He's
he's
alert.
Yeah, you can tell he's like learning from like a Veritech kind of.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you know,
right,
'cause
exactly.
He's like when Bueller was having that bad game against the Angels. No, Toronto. A couple days ago
Yeah,
against Toronto.
Toronto.
And he got the first out on a nice play by Story, or no, by a nice play by Rafael. The second out, a nice play by Story, and then the third out, drop ball by Nate Eden on a line drive, and then Bueller started falling apart.
Right, just completely
He could not get the last out. Narvaez like 3 times trying to get the guy out. Third, he literally threw to second base from home plate to try to get that guy out, just to get Bueller out of the inning because he couldn't find the plate. And then finally, he got the guy out at first base. But that's like something that a veteran catcher
Right.
would do. You wouldn't think that he's a rookie. Like,
Right,
Don't forget that Narvaez is a rookie.
And it's like he was trying to figure out, like you said, any way possible to get out of the inning because Bueller couldn't.
Yeah.
It was like Cora's
Protecting his
not
pitcher.
Yeah, Cora's not pulling him.
Yeah.
He can't find the zone, and when he is, he's throwing fucking meatballs.
Yep.
Like we got to get out of here.
Yeah, seriously, yeah.
And he found a way out, and it's like that type of stuff is, if we were a good team, those type of plays are the difference makers in games.
Mm.
So
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So yeah, I guess my biggest positives of the year, to like recap this whole thing, is Carlos Narvaez and all the stuff we talked about. I forgot already.
Like he's like looking for us for a lifeline. Like we
Yeah, help me out, man.
the
Narvaez.
rookies.
Rookies, yeah, the
Crochet,
yeah,
Ace, yeah.
all that good stuff.
Yeah, Will you
selling
Abreu?
it up.
Yep.
Yeah, Will you
There we go.
Abreu?
We're back at it now, baby.
Here we are.
Yeah, we found it. We found it.
Yeah.
It's very sorry. So it's very hot in this room right now.
Yes.
And my brain is melting.
I have a fan pointing on me, and all I can smell is me, and it stinks.
Yeah, no, I had to. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a story for you guys. I hate bees. Not like bumblebees. Not wasps. Well, I mean wasps. Fuck wasps or hornets. Anything that'll sting me unprovoked. So on Tuesday, right? I was at work. Or Tuesday? Let's say Monday. I was at work. We were in a room, and I saw the bee in there, but I let him be.
Oh.
Yeah. I let him wasp. Anyway, so then at one point I was like, "Oh, there's a piece of tape on this window. Let me go peel it off." So I go to peel it off, and the best part is he stings my other arm. He doesn't even sting the arm I'm doing it with, and I'm like, "What the hell?" So I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I was just like, "Where is that yellow bitch?" And then my night guy goes, "Oh, he's right over there by the window." I said, "Oh." So I took my shoe off, and I was menacingly walking towards him, and he flew right out the window. And then JC was like, he did not want to smoke. I was like, yeah, he knew. They're getting their licks back, though. I was up a lot on those bees. I really was. I was up like 15-0, but they stinged me lately.
They're starting to fight back now.
And the three that have stung me recently were not ones I was trying to attack.
Of course not. That's usually
they're
they're like
"Whoa, that's my
just
buddy."
aggressive.
Yeah, no, they're
So
pointless.
fuck bees. Fuck that yellow bitch. Said it worked out perfectly because he's a coward and he's also actually yellow. So
Yeah.
he's
It's
a
like they
yellow
know.
bitch.
Yeah. He's
I
like,
know
"Ah,
you used to be a killer.
He's got that shoe.
I still am a killer. One time at Windman when I was working at night, I swear I cold cocked one right out of the air. It was awesome.
Dude, there's nothing better than knocking out a bee.
It was like on
I
the ground,
love
like
doing it.
what has happened to me? I just stomped it. I was like,
Maybe I'm a monster for that, but like we were at Six Flags like last year was with our other friend Matt and my fiance and stuff, and like we were in line for something, and this bee would not leave us alone. So I just looked at it and just gave it a straight jab, and the thing just dropped right on the ground, dude. And everyone was like,
I love it.
it was great, and the thing knocked it up.
I
You
just
can't-
I remember we
that
were
thing-
No, it was done.
It was done. I
Down for the count.
I jabbed the shit out of him.
we were
Yeah. I was proud.
we were in New York. I think it was for one year we went to the Meadows. I was on a bench. It was just a bee like a wasp right next to me. And I went, oh, crazy. I just fucking cocked back and hit it with the meanest elbow. And someone I was with was like, dude, that's a bee. It's a pollinator. I was like, you think there's a honeybee in the middle of New York fucking city on the subway? Like, I was like, no, that's a wasp. Like, not saying.
It's a bumblebee.
He's trying to get to his next stop.
He's like, dude, he's a pollinator. All he's trying to do is pollinate my arm with stings.
Yeah, that's exactly. Many of them.
He said, I won't stop.
Yeah, no, I won't.
So that's my PSA about bees. Fuck bees.
Fuck them.
Bees, yeah.
Fuck bees 2025.
If you get a chance, just punch him.
Just punch a
Just
bee.
punch 'em. It's
Not like a
satisfying.
honeybee.
Yeah, no.
No.
Make
leave
sure
those.
you know.
Those ones are
Oh.
a douchebag. You can just tell he's an asshole.
I got another story. It's actually related to bees. It's actually pretty funny. This one's really good.
Before you get into your story, I do just want to give us a quick Red Sox update.
Oh, God,
about
they're
what's
losing.
Going on.
Oh, they're losing.
It's 5-3.
Oh,
We're losing.
I
Oh
knew
my
it. I already knew it. I already knew it. You don't give
Meister
it up.
came into the game and he pitched 1 inning. He gave up 4 hits, 5 runs.
No,
Good thing I didn't say he was a positive.
not
Jesus.
Top notch.
the Pokemon Cloyster. Just like him.
Oh.
Anyway, back to another bee-related story. So I was at work. Again, this was also this is last Friday, I think. So my boss comes in. He's like, Matt, you got any spray paint or WD-40? I'm like, yeah, why? He's like, oh, there's a bee's nest outside. It's I gotta spray it, but I can't use pesticides. This is the environmental guy. I just want you guys to know this is the coordinator for environmental stuff. So he's like, I need some spray paint or some WD-40. I can spray that. I said, I don't know where the WD-40 is. It must be in one of the closets, but I got spray paint right here. He's like, all right, that'll work. So he's like, and there's like, he wants to test it out. And I was like, oh, just spray in that trash can. I was like, it's got a hole in it. I'm going to end up throwing it out anyway. And he's like, all right. So he goes to spray it. And I wish you guys could see this, what I'm doing. But he goes to spray it. I don't even know if he looked at it for like a third of a second. He looks at it, goes to spray it, and sprays himself in the face with it. But his reaction was and I swear to fucking God, I was just like, we started walking out with JC, and I go, I'm walking down the hallway like, trying so hard not to laugh. We get in the elevator. JC shuts the door. He goes, okay, you can laugh now. And I was crying for like 20 minutes about it. It didn't help that I ripped the pen like 8 times before he came in.
Ripping the Benjamin.
Dude, it's
shit.
dangerous, dude. It's summer. There's nobody around. I can go fucking hit the Benjamin. Nobody cares. Like, it's not kids around. I'm not gonna fucking be a degenerate, but like, man, cleaning furniture.
There's
Imagine
probably
cleaning the
kids
furniture in this room all day long for 8 hours straight.
Oh,
This is
no.
what I do.
Dude, this-
Like, it's
too
fucking
hot.
It sucks.
Oh, this is.
So yeah, he sprayed himself right in the face, dude, and I was crying.
That's
Tears
ridiculous.
That's
were
amazing.
falling down my eye. And I was just like, and this guy is a safety and environmental manager. This dude sprayed himself with spray paint. And then, just in case you guys wanted an update, he sprayed them. He sprayed them with blue paint, and they were fucking pissed. I went over there to check out. They were flying around. They were so fucking mad.
Bunch of blue things.
Yeah, and now there's just a big blue spot on the red door, and the bees are still there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Didn't work? You serious? What?
Pissed
Yeah,
off
who
bees.
did you believe that spray paint doesn't kill bees?
Nah, I can't believe that.
You guys sprayed it once and ran the fuck away. He was like, ooh.
Yeah, of course. He sprayed it thinking they'd die, and they got pissed.
It's
He's like, oh
the
shit,
best
we
part
gotta
is
get
it's
out of here.
Still blue, but they're still hanging out on it. They're like, eh, whatever. And that's Phil. Sorry, Phil, if you're tuning in. I was laughing at you, but it was only a reaction. It wasn't because you got sprayed in the face. It was just you. It was so. It didn't even spray like a foot. It was.
Just can't
Wor-
believe that. Sprayed himself right in
Oh,
the
that's so
face.
ridiculous.
JC was like, I've never heard you laugh like that. I was like, dude, I don't think I've ever been around something that funny that you've been around for, dude. Like, that was fucking hilarious. He's like, no, that was wicked funny. And I was trying so hard not to laugh in his face.
That's amazing.
Poor guy. I like Phil, but what a character. Dude, it was so fucking funny.
Oh, shit.
The bees are still fucking there. The door guys are gonna rip the dick. Get stung so much. Not my problem. Fuck that, dude. Here, and not to complain about just work, but you know, we're getting the doors done at Wyman because we could use a lot of things, but doors aren't at the top of the list, but they're not at the bottom. So we're getting new doors. We're supposed to get AC. We're supposed to get new windows. We're getting new doors. So they came in Monday last week. You know, we rip out 3 doors. Okay, come in the next day, rip out 2 more doors. All right, doors aren't coming in until August.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
So the school looks closed because it's just boarded up.
Nice.
Oh my
Not every door, like, because obviously there's more than 4 doors to a school, but like, yeah, like the front door and the 2 doors in the back and the door by the gym are all boarded up, so people think that the school's closing.
Good.
And I want to tell them, yeah, they are.
Yep.
Yep. I'm like, well, you know, it's
Roll your kids somewhere else.
no, I just want to be like, well, yeah, it's, you know, the school committee was talking about how much extra money we waste on you guys illegally dumping water heaters and couches here that it just made sense to close it instead of spend the money paying for you fucking amazing people.
Amazing.
I watched somebody in this neighborhood is crazy. They think they're so cool. Like this lady, I watched her. There was a sign, you know, blocked off. They're doing the roads, you know. There's a sign. One of the signs fell, so she decided to drive on the other side. So she's coming down the road in the right lane, right side of the road. She goes over to the left side of the road. About half her car's on someone's lawn to go around it. Stops, goes about 3 miles an hour down the road. The cop is like, turn around, dude. Like, and the guy's like, going so slow. I'm out the window yelling, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? You can't drive over there. He couldn't hear me.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, I mind if I let my dog take a shit? Dude, people, that's another pet peeve. Sorry to be coming in hot because this room's hot, but imagine like getting your dog, putting it in a car, driving it to a school to walk it.
Oh, that's why.
What? Because
That's a lot of steps.
it's a lot of steps to just
A lot of
not. You
steps.
could just walk your dog in the neighborhood.
Yeah, right. Now
Yeah,
my
but
dog
shit
likes
on
to
their
school.
Property.
Oh yeah, you know the sign that says no dogs. That's probably a good sign that I should
No,
bring my dog.
My dog loves this school though.
Yeah,
Who's enforcing it?
sign.
I could go yell at him.
Nice.
I
Silly.
could call the cops, but they're not.
Get your fucking dog out of here!
Hey, that dog, get him out!
Woof 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 woof!
Get him out!
Come out here!
My
Can you
favorite's the
breathe?
guy who, like, you know, kids go in, he lets his dog off the leash and just runs around. I'm like, I
Oh,
don't think that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, those
if that
people-
dog runs at me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna powerbomb him,
I'm
Batista
kicking him.
style. I'm gonna kick him, but I'll quote my boy Cricket. That dog is very paralyzed. Safe to say that dog. I was watching I don't know, my videos, or, you know, my algorithm is what it is, but I saw this video, and I swear to God, I watched 2 stag beetles fight, and one of them picked him up and straight up power bombed his ass.
Oh, I saw that.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Because of course we have the same algorithm.
Of course
Why
we do.
wouldn't we?
That's how they fight.
That's how they fight power bombs.
Dude, he picked him
Yeah,
up.
like-
It was
like,
amazing.
Yeah, they use the horns. They're like, someone throw another one off a stick like that. They picked him straight up and was like,
The crazy
and
thing
just threw
is,
him right off
you know
the
what the
stick they were
craziest
fighting on. I was like,
The craziest thing about those beetles is those like pinchers on the big ones, like they don't do anything. That's why
Yeah.
they just pick them up because they can't hurt anything with them. So they're just like, yeah, just throw you.
Yeah, I was
like the,
gonna
they
the
just
girl,
use them
like
as,
the female fucking ones. They have littler pinchers, but they be like, I gave one like a pen once and it was like, and I was like, oh.
Oh damn.
Well,
yeesh.
they always just die. Like they like end up in my school and like I think they overheat or something, so they're like on their last legs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always like trying to help them, but I can't help a bug. It's
Yeah.
not a bug.
Yeah, I mean, they can't really tell you what's wrong. Doesn't matter, guy. Oh, thank God you walked up to me. I'm a beetle, see?
I'm covered in dust for some reason. They're always covered in dust. They found a dust ball and they said, "This is it for me."
This
Yep.
looks cool.
that's how I die.
Another one bites this. Huh? I get it now.
No, I get it. I've been biting dust all day.
Yeah. So that's it. It's hot in
Yeah,
here.
that-
I'm done. It's 9:15.
Before we go,
Yeah. We can
just one more thing, Red Sox related.
Yeah.
Didn't really get to ask it beforehand, but how do you think the rest of this year is going to go?
I think they're going to be in it until mid-August. And I think they're going to...
You think they'll be in the wild card hunt until then?
Yeah, but I think that they're going to get... I think Seattle is going to leapfrog them. I think they're going to miss the playoffs by, I don't know, 4 games.
Yeah,
Four
handful of games.
Yeah. I think Bregman's going to opt out unless they re-sign him.
Right.
Which I think there's a 50-50 shot that they're going to re-sign him to restructure his deal because they need a leader on the team now, and I think they actually like him. It wouldn't make sense to, trade Rafael Devers because you signed Alex Bregman to then lose Alex Bregman the next season.
Right.
So
Now that would be the typical Red
yeah,
Sox.
that would be the most Red Sox thing. But I think that they're going to be a decent team going forward. I think they're going to be streaky. They're going to be the Jackie Bradley Jr. of baseball.
Yep.
And they're going to finish with a close to 500 record and lose and miss out by 4 games.
So I'm kind of right there with you. I think they're going to be in it until sometime in August. Not sure when. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking like something in me saying more towards the end. But I feel like September is going to be a lost cause, just like it has been for the last few years.
Yeah.
I think, just like you said, I think they're going to be really streaky. I think there's going to be times where they could run off 7 of 10, and then there's going to be times where they lose 8 of 10. You know, it's just it's going to be what they are. I don't think we're going to really make any significant move at the deadline, even though I had my dream scenarios. I don't think anything crazy like that's going to happen. And I think at the end of the year, we're just going to hear what we've been hearing about, oh, we gave it our all and we tried, but we came up short. And, you know, next year we're under the luxury tax and we're going to go out and spend all this money and bring in a team that can help win. And then in our offseason, we're going to sign the Abraham Toros of the world. Yep. And, you know, you'll bring in the Walker Buehlers, the guys who have been in the league for 10 years, kind of mediocre, was good at one point. You're hoping to rejuvenate their career. I mean, every single year they're really trying to put together the 2013 Red Sox. So,
Yeah.
But let's sign Shane Victorino. Let's go sign Koji Uehara. Let's go sign Mike Napoli. Yep. And they're all kind of washed up and mediocre, but let's hope they have one really good year left in them.
It worked that one time.
It worked out, but since then, it's like
2018 was also really fun when they were just a wagon.
Yeah, exactly.
That was really fun, too. 2007 was really fun.
But 2013 showed them that they could win by doing the Tampa Bay Ray method.
Yeah, that's true. I guess if there is a team that has... But they also, I mean, to their credit, like, I think their payroll was still pretty high.
It was, because they still had, you know, Ortiz and Pedroia was on the team. Yeah. You know, they had guys who were under contract that they were paying. But it showed them that they can go out and make these moves for lesser guys who are believed to be at the end of their career and have one rejuvenating year left in them, and they all mesh together and play well. Yeah. Like, that's I mean, look at what we do. We sign, you know, Abraham Toro. You sign fucking, you have Romy Gonzalez playing first base. Like, you have guys coming up from AAA like Nate Eaton. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these are guys who are playing on your team, and it's because going into the season, you're signing guys of that caliber to be your starting players, and when they don't work out, you have another guy of almost the same caliber coming in to play the position.
Right.
You know, it's not like we went into the season, we see what's happening, and, you know, we're making a move for, like, Adrian Gonzalez like we did, you know, 15 years ago.
Right.
Like, we don't make those moves anymore. We trade those guys.
Yeah.
And I think my biggest thing is at the end of this year, after they keep playing the way they do, we're just going to hear again exactly what we keep hearing, and it's, we're going to spend money. We're going to be a team that, you know, has a shot to win it all. We're going to be right there in October with everybody else. And then they sign nobody.
Yep.
You know, it's all talk and no game.
Yeah. It's just the right, it's what they think
it's
you want to hear.
Smart business.
It's good business. Yeah, no, it's businessman talk, yeah.
Deceive your fan base into thinking they're going to get what they want, and then don't give it to them and just go, sorry.
Man, sorry, guys. We tried, though. Give us credit for trying.
We're so sorry.
Sorry about that.
We gave it our shot, though. We
but
tried.
I'm telling you, these guys that we signed that's going to have Tommy John surgery, or that just had Tommy John surgery and won't be pitching till next year, just wait.
Yeah.
Wait for Patrick Sandoval, okay?
Yeah, those are the things. Like, they make those type of moves. They're like, it's like they're trying to outsmart everybody. Oh, Lucas Giolito needs Tommy John surgery. Oh, this guy needs Tommy John surgery. Why don't we sign him, because he'll be cheap right now, because he's going to miss this whole season. So we'll pay him like $5 million to sit out for this year. But then next year we'll pay him like $12 million. But since nobody's giving him $5 million this year and we're offering that, it's going to look like a great deal. He'll sign with us, and then we'll have him for next year.
Yeah.
And it's like you're trying to outsmart everybody else,
business.
but there's the reason why he was sitting out there was exactly why he was sitting out there.
Yeah, because no one wants to hire or employ, you know, has-been pitchers or pitchers that you don't want to pay him to do nothing.
Right.
I mean, ideally, like, I don't know.
Red Sox are all like, let's bring in big names.
Yeah, let's bring in.
So people are like, oh, wow, I know that guy.
Yeah,
I know that guy.
Their team in 2016, like most of these guys, if this was 2016, those are good signings.
Yes.
Patrick Sandoval, fuck yeah.
Right.
Liam Hendricks, that's a good
Walker
best
Buehler,
closer in
2016.
you got Walker Bueller, dude.
Right, you got one of
10 years later, he's good still.
Yeah.
Lucas Giolito, he almost won the Cy Young in like 2020.
Dude, every player in the MLB almost won something in 2020.
True.
60 games. Like, dude, Alex Verdugo had MVP votes.
He had
Like,
MVP votes.
He had more than one.
And now he's DFA'd by
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
He had 0 home runs this
Don't
year.
fucking allowed.
I looked at his stats. Verdugo had 213 plate appearances, 0 home runs, 12 RBIs, 239.
Better than Connor Wong.
That is better than Connor Wong.
We'll sign him.
What do you have any opinion? What do you say, Matt?
Yeah, I think the Red Sox are gonna kind of be like last year. We're gonna get hot real soon, and we're gonna ride it maybe after the All Star. Cause when the All Star break, like a week or two.
Yeah, like a week and a half.
Yeah. So I would say I almost want to say we'll get hot now, like because we're won a few games. I mean, we're probably gonna lose this game, but we'll get hot now. We'll be pretty good. We'll be a playoff team, and then as soon as the trade deadline comes, we're gonna make the worst fucking move you've ever seen in your entire life. And the team's going to fall flat on their face, and they're going to win probably like 78 games like they did the last 2 years before the last year when they won 81. So, yeah, they're going to suck. We're not going to talk anything positively about them. We're just going to talk about the only good players on our team. And
Carlos
it's going to be
Narvaez.
much like this. I'm still going to hate bees, and that's all I got.
Just to give you guys an update about what the Red Sox are doing.
7-3.
Nope, it's 5-3, but I think it's really 5-4.
Oh.
Yeah, Marcelo Meyer doubled to left, and then Romy Gonzalez doubled to center. Meyer scored, but Romy got tagged out going for
Oh, that sounds on brand.
That sounds just like what a Red
Where's
Sox
the
would
boo
do.
button? I was cheering too much.
Yeah.
I mean, where's boo crowd? Boo! Fucking boo! Fuck, boo this man.
But yeah.
Yep.
All right,
So
well.
the road to 500 begins again,
Yeah, we're very close.
and yeah, we're almost there. And fuck bees.
Yeah, dude.
If you see if you see like wasps, just punch them in the head.
Fuck them up.
Give them
Yeah,
a
fuck 'em up.
good old jab.
Fuck
They're
'em up.
done.
Fuck
Think,
'em.
think of your
Fuck 'em
boy
up.
Matt. He's
Yeah.
punched a few.
Buzz off. That's
Remember
what
I
I
sucked
say.
up with a vacuum? He used to call me apart. You're like, man, I got bees in the I got bees in the library. Hold on, I'll grab the shop vac and just crush them into oblivion. The lady was like, that was awesome. I was like, thanks. I was like, I didn't know what else to do. Anyway,
Yeah.
well, Red Sox suck.
Yeah,
We're
let's
cool. Bees suck. Big bees.
yeah,
Red
what we
Sox.
learned today. Bees suck.
Yep.
Give them straight jabs, watch them fall. Elbowing them, super effective.
100%.
Crushed.
Yeah. Shop vac, very effective.
Very good. The hat, but you got to use the end of the hat, so you whip it. You just. That's pretty good.
And then we learned that the Red Sox are still mediocre like they have been.
Yeah.
Someone say they have Brendan Bosch power.
Yes, they would.
We would.
You wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
What?
You had.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful
adios.
time.
Bye.
Let's hit the effect button. Effect.